It's Week 9 of the NFL, and we'll see Joe Mixon. He's the NFL's ultimate red zone back and your leader in rushing touchdowns. It's the Texans and the Jets on Thursday night.
Well, we are about a $50 cab ride away from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Jets ball club. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last 6 games. Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Texans, they come in playing some decent football. 5-3 in their last 8 games.
And they looked awfully good last week and came away with a 2-touchdown victory. They did have a few reasons for concern defensively, but all in all, they'll take a repeat here if they could get it.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. So here come the Jets to take over. Led at quarterback by a man back to full health in season number 20 now, and his second one in New York, and that's Aaron Rodgers.
And what a performance in his last game. Couple of touchdown passes. That was positive.
But more than 2 interceptions.
Yeah, that's not what he's looking for. What did Vince Lombardi say, though? Winning isn't everything.
It's the only thing.
And that's what he hangs his hat on after last week's game.
And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second.
And so much for that great field position to start the game. Now they're way behind the sticks. Can't wait to see what their second down call is going to look like now.
Gotta hope that's not a sign of things to come as they face an early second and long. Now Rodgers. A quick throw there is incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Now look out, Rodgers lost the football, and the Texans, and they will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Texans touchdown. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. And the Texans take a 7-0 lead. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Jets offense led by their running back headed out for the second possession. And we give you a look there at the league leaders in receiving touchdowns. You can see he's second best amongst NFL running backs at this point in the season. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Brings up second and 7 at the 33-yard line.
To throw is Rodgers. He completes that to Garrett Wilson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
18 yards on the play. And the Jets, first down. First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Able to complete this one to Tyler Conklin. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. So first and 10 now in Houston territory, down at the 31. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Look at this. Middle of the field. A breakaway. And they will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Texans touchdown. So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. And you talk about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt. But for the defensive guys, once you do it once, you create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a second time.
Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Rodgers and the Jets now with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And his pass incomplete. Garrett Wilson, the one he was looking for, but it's going to be 2nd down. Hey, look at the defense for these Texans. Right now they're ranked number 29 in the NFL against the pass, so 4th from the bottom, Charles.
With the lack of pass defense, they do make up for in run defense. They're a top 10 unit against the people trying to move the ball on the ground. But this is a passing league, so there's a conundrum for them. How do they get better defending the pass?
No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return, and the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Texans offense heading out behind their quarterback in his 2nd season. Last year's Offensive Rookie of the Year, C.J. Stroud.
And he's coming off of a truly remarkable rookie season where he quieted a lot of his doubters in a most emphatic fashion. Remember, going into the draft, many thought he was the number 2 quarterback coming out of college. He proved quickly he was a top quarterback going into the NFL. One of the best rookie seasons by a quarterback in recent memory. And what's scary about it, he's not even close to reaching his ceiling.
The numbers for Mixon last week, there isn't a coach alive who wouldn't like those numbers. Well over 100 yards and a touchdown, too.
Partner, I think all the coaches who are in that great coaching box in the sky would take those numbers.
So dead or alive?
Either way, he would take that kind of production.
He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Once again, they run with Mixon. He'll take it past the 40 to the 41, 2nd down. This defense for the Jets, they were strong last week, CD, and that went over New England.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Texans football to start quarter 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Mixon will try the right side. Fighting his way through contact. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Here's Stroud. That's going to be caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Joe Mixon. He has career touchdown number 78, tying in with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list. And the Texans take a 3-touchdown lead. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. And New York set to take the field. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
Throwing is Rodgers. This pass out wide to Hall. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Still needing 10 yards. Now it's 3rd down.
Makes it 3rd down and 10.
Now Rodgers. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's finally taken down, but not before he reaches the 14. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Rodgers. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Tyler Conklin, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jets are able to cut into that deficit. Zerline good with a PAT. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. You see the numbers, all those carries. If you get that many carries in the drive, you better finish it with a touchdown, and he did.
Yeah, and deservedly so, right? Because we've seen times like the Carolina Panthers, sometimes Jonathan Stewart to carry the ball all the way down, and then Cam, he's such a great goal line runner, he'll carry it in. But in this case, though, that didn't happen. The fellow lugging the load, he's the one who got to reap the reward.
Yeah, there was no touchdown vulture here. Stroud looking to throw. Left side caught by Diggs. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
A gain of 18 on the play. 1st down, Texans.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Again, it's Mixon. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Stroud working out of the gun. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Good starting position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. Rodgers now to throw. A short throw to Conklin, the tight end. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. From midfield, here's Rodgers. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have a Jets 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Throwing now is Rodgers. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this 1st half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and this shows on the scoreboard.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
And again, it's Rodgers. He's got his target. That's complete. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the 1st half. To throw, it's Rodgers. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. 2nd and 10. Here's Rodgers to throw. Throwing for the out route, he finds Wilson. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
Now it's Rodgers. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. They'll run with Hall. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. One more time with Hall. And this time he is in. Breece Hall. As the 1st half is winding down. And the Jets are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the 1st half.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the 1st half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Stroud off the play fake. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Well, a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. So we've reached halftime here on Halloween. And trust me, kids, if you had to look at Charles Davis every game, you'd think every day was Halloween. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. As far as the early games go in that 1 o'clock window, we'll be focused on that game in Nashville. A big one for the Titans. as they'll have to contend with the New England Patriots. Lots to look forward to in the late games as well. One of the best being up in Seattle, where we find the Seahawks taking on the LA Rams. Finally, on Monday Night Football, Election Night Eve, the Super Bowl rematch from a few years back, Bucs and Chiefs from Arrowhead. It was Joe Mixon who had it working in the first half. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead. This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, and we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side could play mistake-free football the rest of the way. Both these teams, no doubt, making their final halftime adjustments as we speak. And for the call of the second half, we get it back out to Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
And able to get this out to the 25. So here are the Texans to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Mixon will get it to start the second half. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Throwing now is Stroud. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down. From the gun to give to Mixon. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down.
Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line.
Pass interference. Defense.
So pass interference the call, and that does not look to be going over too well on the defensive side.
Or on their sideline, because I believe their head coach is saying right now, hey, you've got to call that both ways.
A handoff running left, Mixon. The linebacker C.J. Mosley in on the stop.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
2 yards still to go. 3rd down now. They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. This would have been a 54-yard boot had they tried a field goal, but they will not try a field goal. They're going for it. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. A gutsy call. Turns out to be a good one, though. First down on a pickup of 11. Mixing up the middle. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Hassan Reddick in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. And now they're going to go for it. This isn't 4th and inches. This is 4th and 14. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Tank Dell, 29 yards. And the Texans' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
Partner, they had a good lead as they went in at the half, and they came out here in the second half and found a way to extend it. I love their consistency. Don't worry about what they said at halftime. This seemed like a team that was ready to play 60 minutes, and while this game is far from over, I love their approach.
The Texans will line up for the two-point conversion.
Now they empty the backfield and motion the man left. Stroud's going to try to throw for the conversion. And he's got it. So they tried for 2, successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now, but let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
At the Texans' 29-yard line.
To throw is Rodgers. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long.
To the right side and intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it, and the Texans are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line.
Well, this had trouble written all over from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different color jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22.
I'll give him credit for trying, but there's no fooling the defense with that call. They were reading run, and they set up to stop the run and then executed.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Again, it's Mixon. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. From the 43, here's 2nd down and a yard. Inside handoff to Mixon. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. It's the Texans in control of the football and leading this game as well as we start the 4th. Couple of 1st downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. A handoff to Mixon. He'll get this up to the 47 and brought down there.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. And Stroud now to throw. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on fourth. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
That's good for the Jets. First down. First and 10.
Rodgers going to throw. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing.
Gets by him, and now a little daylight. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Mike Williams, 41 yards. And the Jets are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Rodgers will throw for it. And they don't get it. They tried for the two-point conversion there, but unsuccessful. And whistle blown. A timeout here is taken, and it's taken by the kicking team. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Texans offense and running back Joe Mixon set to take over once more. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the fourth quarter. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Well, there are two scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And he'll earn a couple of tough yards past the 30 to the 31.
And this is the worry because sometimes you get a little too predictable in spots like this. You know you're going to run the ball, but they know you're going to run the ball as well. And now you look up and you're staring at an important third down.
Play action. Stroud now. They'll roll him out right. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And the return will stop right around the 25. So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Got a man, that's Lazard. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Alan Lazard, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Jets have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now Rodgers. Touchdown Jets. Alan Lazard. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Jets take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. Zerline connects on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Houston's offense taking over again. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, it's very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping Chili on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. Because if there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again. And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Pastor, you said big third down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back They're facing a critical third down now as they try to hold on to this lead.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
On third down, Mixon fights off the defender. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. There's a nice move. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. Here's a give to Mixon. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on third down.
To throw it, Stroud.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
Here's Stroud.
And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. To throw is Rodgers.
That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
This defense has watched their lead dwindle away. This is where they really need to bow up. They executed well there.
And it's often hard after you've played really well early and then you kind of relax a little bit to step on the gas again. They just did it on the last play. Looks like they want to finish this one off.
He'll get this to Lazard. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
Well, this offense cannot stop the clock now. No timeouts remaining as they come up here from...
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Danielle Hunter able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And it was a game where they got out to a pretty good size lead, and then they had to hang on for dear life at the end.
Not exactly how you would draw it up. You would continue to score and find ways to keep your lead pretty well throughout the game. But they did find a way to win, as you noted. Hung on at the end as the big rush came at them. Fortunately enough, they put enough points on the board to have enough of a cushion that they're able to survive what happened in the 4th quarter.
So for Houston, the win will help them keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 6-3 on the year. And they'll have a few extra days here now before they face the Lions next week. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they'll lose an important one here as that drops them to 5-4 on the season. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Glendale to take on the Cardinals. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.